Responsado por la Torah.
We did it 2 days before Shavuos last time. 2 classes before Shavuos.
Ese shur lo tuvimos 2 días antes de Shavuot.
Or 2 classes before, whatever.
O 2 días o 2 clases antes de Shavuot.
Yeah.
Gerson nos...
Because Shavuos, I think, was on a Sunday. And
porque creo que Shavuot cayó en domingo. Ok.
All right. Okay, great.
Nuestro ingeniero en sistemas.
Okay, so therefore, for today,
okay, everybody have their popcorn.
trying to concentrate and get ourselves focused. Okay, so therefore, for today, so we're going to start now trying to concentrate and get ourselves focused for preparing for the holiday.
Entonces, hoy empezaremos a enfocarnos en la preparación para el día festivo.
Okay, and this, so for this holiday, the main point is the receiving of the Torah.
Entonces, para ese día festivo principal es el recibimiento de la Torah.
Right, and you see, it's even the Torah itself gives us a commandment just to count in anticipation of this point.
Entonces podemos ver cómo la Torah misma nos ordena el conteo en anticipación al día mismo.
Right, and we try to explain already back when we started the counting. We try to explain the significance of it.
Cuando empezamos con el conteo, tratamos de explicar su significado.
Okay, so we said about how in the cycle of the year, this day is the pinnacle of the cycle.
Y vimos cómo en el ciclo del año, esta fecha es como el pináculo.
And we said from the Mashal how we start off with like inanimate and.
Y del Mashal vimos cómo empezamos a un nivel inanimado.
In the beginning of the year, and then we go on to like a plant and then animal.
Al principio del año, y luego llegamos al nivel de planta y luego de animal.
And so going between animal and human being, that is in this countdown that we did.
Y pasar de un estado de animal, un nivel de animal, al del ser humano, se da justo en este periodo que corresponde al conteo.
And so that means that back when, at the time of receiving Torah, it was the peak moment in human history.
Y allá cuando se recibió la Torah, ese momento fue el momento de la cima de la historia de la humanidad.
And at that point, at least for the Jewish people, we returned back to be like human beings, how we originally were.
Entonces, al menos para el pueblo judío, se retornó al estado original diseñado para el ser humano.
And so that's what it means, a human being. It means originally what the human being really is.
A eso nos referimos, a lo que originalmente el ser humano es.
Right? Because when in sin, they kind of sunk down more towards like an animal level. And
por cuando el hombre descendió como al nivel animal.
Right, and you could measure a person. I mean, at least spiritually, you measure a person.
Pause 1 second if you can, scale. Pause.
Si podemos hacer una pausa, por favor.
Yeah, man didn't descend down to animal. I mean,
el hombre no descendió animal.
Man descended in that direction. That's what I meant.
Lo que quise decir es que descendió en esa dirección.
Not that man became an animal, whatever. That's not what it means.
No que el hombre se convirtió en un animal.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go on, you can continue. I'm sorry. That's the bell.
Sí.
You can continue.
Sonó la campana, continúa.
It didn't break now. The whole thing broke.
Esperamos que no se haya arruinado a la persona. ¿En qué nivel de esta escala se encuentra?
You know, how much closer are they getting towards being a human being and further away from being like an animal?
¿Qué tanto se están acercando a llegar a ser como el ser humano? Están dejando atrás el ser animal.
Okay, and so even back in the desert when we went out of Egypt, I mean,
Y aún en el desierto, cuando salimos de Egipto,
and still we had all the influence of Egypt all over us, even though physically we went out.
aunque físicamente ya habíamos salido de Egipto, aún teníamos toda esa influencia egipcia sobre nosotros.
And right, and so spiritually we had to get ourselves out of that.
Así es que tenemos que salirnos de eso
Until we were ready to receive the Torah.
hasta que estuviésemos listos para recibir la Torah.
We had this countdown.
Y para esto tenemos este conteo.
So we should anticipate. We were given this by Hashem. I mean.
Esto nos ha dado de parte de Hashem.
And so that we should anticipate what's coming and prepare ourselves.
Entonces debiésemos anticiparlo y prepararnos.
Right. And so that for this, we attempted to grab on to 48 ways.
Entonces tratamos de asirnos de los 48 caminos o maneras.
And we try, and then we learned also the chapters of the fathers. We did what we could.
Y también estuvimos aprendiendo de los capítulos de los padres, hicimos lo que pudimos.
Okay. And still, we should try to understand better the greatness of the moment, what it is.
Entonces, aún debemos de entender o estudiar la grandeza del momento, lo que implica.
Yeah. And right, because it's not, you see, it's because in the cycle, and that was in the cycle of our years, so every point is as if kind of somehow it happens again.
En cada ciclo del año, cada punto es como si estuviese volviendo a suceder.
And so we come to this point of the giving of the Torah, so the door of that thing opens up once again somehow.
Entonces, cuando llegamos a este punto, la puerta de este evento se abre de nuevo.
And even we have stories and accounts in our history about great things that happened on this night specifically.
Tenemos recuentos históricos de esta noche, de qué sucedió.
About people who listen from time to time. I always give an accounting of this.
De tiempo en tiempo hago yo un recuento de lo que sucedió.
Right, that we have an accounting of the author of the Shulchan Aruch, how the presence of Hashem spoke through his mouth on this night.
El recuento que hace el Shulchan Aruch de esta noche, de lo que se habló por su boca.
All right, I hope it's clear. I didn't understand it. All right.
Bueno, espero que haya estado claro.
So that means, we learn that every year when this time comes around, this door opens up again to a certain extent on a certain level.
Entendamos que al llegar este tiempo en el año, la puerta se abre a un cierto nivel.
Right, and you should know that in the sages they say,
Y sepamos que los sabios dicen,
that when Hashem began the 10 commandments,
que cuando Hashem empezó a hablar los 10 mandamientos,
that the whole world was silent in that moment. Everything in the world stopped. The birds stopped chirping, so on and so forth. Everything was silent.
el mundo entero guardó silencio, los pájaros dejaron de cantar.
And it seems to be that the whole world heard this 10 commandments.
Parece ser que el mundo entero pudo escuchar los 10 mandamientos.
Okay, so it wasn't just only for the Jewish people. It was a worldwide thing that happened at that time.
No fue algo exclusivo para el pueblo judío, fue algo a nivel mundial.
Thing is that we were ready for it. We were prepared and told that it's going to happen.
La verdad es que a nosotros se nos advirtió que sucedería. Nosotros estábamos preparados.
And then we had the mountain there with the thunder and the lightning and all that.
Y tuvimos la montaña y los relámpagos y todo eso.
And all of us woke up early to get there in time, so you missed the appointment.
Y todos nos levantamos temprano para llegar a tiempo y no perder la cita.
And plus, we had special sanctifications that we did, made sure everybody was pure at that time.
Y hicimos algunas cosas de santificación para asegurarnos que todos seamos puros para ese momento.
That means we were ready. We were ready for it, and we knew what was going to happen.
Quiero decir, estábamos listos y sabíamos lo que iba a suceder.
But everybody else had it also, but they didn't know what was happening.
Todos los demás también lo evidenciaron, pero no sabían lo que estaba sucediendo.
And maybe it was they were sleeping and they got woken up a little disturbed from their sleep. And
quizás estaban aún durmiendo. Su sueño fue perturbado.
And they fell back asleep again. And
quizás después volvieron a dormirse otra vez.
And then when they woke up, they thought it must have been some kind of a dream or something.
Y al despertar esa vez, pensaron a lo mejor que todo lo que vieron era parte de su sueño.
But somewhere in there, it did make an impression on people. You see, like Yisrael had a certain amount of impression on him.
Pero algunos sí tuvieron cierta impresión del hecho. ¿Extras?
Jethro.
Ah, como Yitro.
And really, it's a very great thing that we have this Torah that Hashem gave.
Y realmente es algo muy bueno lo que Hashem nos dio.
It's very great, very great.
Muy grandioso, no bueno, muy grandioso.
Of course it's bueno, but the point is very great.
Claro que es bueno, pero aquí el punto de enfatizar es grandioso.
Right. Even sages say that the Torah is greater than the creation of the world 3,000 something times, maybe 3,200 times greater than the creation of the world.
Porque aún los sabios dicen que la entrega de la Torah fue más de 300 veces más grandioso que la creación misma.
The Torah itself is greater than.
La Torah en sí es más grandiosa.
3,100, 200 times, something like that. I think I get the number right. I'm not sure.
Creo que tengo la cifra correcta. 3,200 veces.
Maybe I'm getting the number exactly right. Okay. And okay, so I mean, we know if we look around the creation, it's very great. The more you study, the more it boggles the mind, and the more questions they have that people can't explain.
Entre más estudia uno la creación, más asombrado se queda y más preguntas surgen. ¿Cómo se hizo?
And this Torah, whatever it is even much greater than this.
Y aún esta Torah es mucho mayor o más grande.
Because it's not only the blueprint of all the physical worlds, it's also the blueprint of all the spiritual worlds, which is much bigger than the physical world.
Porque la Torah no solo embarga o contiene los planos del mundo físico, sino también del espiritual.
And the spiritual worlds are much greater than the physical worlds, many times. You could say amount to 3,000 times greater than the physical worlds. That you could say.
Podemos decir que el mundo espiritual es más de 3,000 veces más grande que el mundo físico.
Okay, and so then, but I mean, the thing is that obviously the people of the world can't grasp this idea.
Entonces es obvio que la gente del mundo no puede entender o abrazar esta idea.
Right. We who have the Torah, study it and try to and love it the best we can.
Nosotros que entendemos y amamos la Torah lo mejor de nuestras posibilidades.
We study it and we love it the best we can.
La estudiamos y la amamos a lo mejor posible.
Right, and then we could understand a little bit, more than the people who don't even pay attention to it. We understand a little bit more.
Entendemos un poco más que las personas que ni siquiera le prestan atención.
Right, but of course we don't understand we can't see the whole picture.
Pero claro que no podemos ver toda la imagen completa.
Right, and so we also have to grow in our own appreciation for the Torah itself.
Así es que nosotros también tenemos que crecer en la apreciación de la Torah misma.
And there's a saying, the sages, they say like the following.
Hay un dicho entre los sabios, así.
They say that every day a voice calls out from the mountain where the Torah was given there.
Que todos los días una voz clama desde el lugar donde fue entregada la Torah.
And it says, woe for the embarrassment of the Torah.
Y dice, ay de la vergüenza de la Torah.
Okay. Because that means, why did Hashem give the Torah?
¿Por qué fue que Hashem dio la
Right.
Torah? Es lo que
I'm explaining this. I'm trying to explain what this means.
Estoy tratando de explicar lo que esto significa.
That means, again, so why did Hashem give this Torah?
Entonces, ¿por qué dio Hashem esta Torah?
Because we say, and the sages tell us that because Hashem saw that the world can't survive without the Torah.
Los sabios nos dicen porque Hashem vio que el mundo no puede sobrevivir sin la Torah.
What it means is that the world has a certain purpose.
Lo que quiere decir es que el mundo tiene un cierto propósito.
And the purpose is not just to be a physical world and to spin around and around and around. That's it.
El propósito no es solo ser un mundo físico que orbita una y otra vez en su eje.
Right, and what Hashem, Hashem wants the world is that people should grow and come back to be human beings, like we said.
Lo que Hashem quiere es que crezcamos y lleguemos a ser nuevamente seres humanos.
Right. But if we were left on our own, to our own devices, then we wouldn't succeed.
Pero si hubiésemos sido abandonados a nuestros propios recursos, no tendríamos éxito.
And so so we need really Hashem's help,
Entonces realmente necesitamos la ayuda de Él.
And the form that he gave us help is with the Torah.
Y la forma en que nos proveyó ayuda es con la Torah.
Right, and so if we would be able to have any idea of what a human being really is, what the potential of a human being really is,
Si pudiésemos tener alguna idea de lo que realmente es el potencial del ser humano,
and we would be able to see that only it's through the Torah that we can get to this potential.
y si pudiéramos ver que es solo a través de la Torah que nos hacemos de este potencial,
Right, personally and for the whole world itself, and for the world as a whole also.
de manera personal y también para todo el mundo completo.
Right, so of course then the Torah itself would automatically be the most valuable thing there is.
Entonces veríamos que la Torah es lo más valioso.
Right, so we as a Jewish people try to give the Torah a place that it deserves.
Nosotros como pueblo judío tratamos de darle el lugar que merece.
We honor it in the synagogues and so on and so forth. We try.
La honramos en la sinagoga
And we study it the best we can, as much as we can.
y la estudiamos lo mejor que podemos, lo más que podemos.
And but of course, not even close to what it actually deserves. Of course, not close to it.
Pero claro que no tan cercano.
And so this is woe to. This is what it says: woe to the embarrassment of the Torah.
Y por esa razón se escucha decir, oh, por la vergüenza de la Torah.
Because compared to what it actually is, it's not being given the respect.
Porque considerando lo que realmente es la Torah, no se le está brindando el respeto que amerita.
And first off, we'll begin with the Jewish people that we're not studying it and valuing it and practicing it enough. First of all.
Empezando con que el pueblo judío no la está valorando y estudiando como debiera.
Right, because we are the people at least that are supposed to know what it is, because we actually were prepared for it.
Porque nosotros se supone que somos la gente que sabemos lo que es, porque nos preparamos para recibirla.
Right, but it's also true for the people of the world that the people of the world are really supposed to a certain extent, take note and say, what is this thing? What is this? Figure it out.
Pero también, en segundo lugar, el resto del mundo que debiese notar y preguntarse, ¿qué es? ¿En qué consiste?
Right. But of course, the world is, ignores it completely.
Pero claro que el resto del mundo lo ignora por completo, la ignora.
And doesn't give it the place that it deserves.
Y no le concede el lugar que merece.
Someday it will be figured out that this is the most absurd thing that ever happened in the world. It will be figured this out.
Sí. Algún día el mundo se dará cuenta de lo absurdo o irónico del asunto.
Right. And this
Contar
is the parable.
Una parábola. El Ra va a contar una parábola.
Okay. So you have now you have a man who's really a great artist.
Tenemos un hombre que es en realidad un gran artista.
But nobody knows about it. Nobody knows about him.
Pero nadie sabe de él.
And he goes and he spends many years carving a special carving, whatever.
Pero él pasa muchos años puliendo o esculpiendo algo especial.
And after he's finished, after all the years of working on this and whatever, he goes and he takes it to the market in his town. And
después de años de estar trabajando en ello, toma su creación, su obra y la lleva al mercado.
In his town, and they have their chickens, and they have people selling tomatoes and so on and so forth.
Y allí en el mercado hay quienes venden gallinas y tomates en su pueblo.
And so he puts his carving is also sitting there.
Y él pone lo que esculpió allí, también lo expone.
Right.
en el
But the people that come to the market, they're looking for vegetables and chickens and whatever.
Pero la gente que viene al mercado viene en busca de vegetales y pollo, gallina.
And so they look at the carving, but they don't even know how to even begin to see what the carving. They just walk right past it and they go on to the chickens.
Sí llegan a ver esa escultura, pero realmente la pasan de largo y se dirigen hacia donde están las gallinas.
So it's right there in front of their eyes. It could be one of the most the greatest work of art that you had and
Entonces,
around. ¿Cuál es problema? Eso es okay. Yerson necesita
comprado muy
Okay,
barata, porque el autor o el creador es alguien del pueblo,
but nobody appreciates it.
pero nadie la aprecia.
So therefore, he just nobody. At the end of the day, nobody even bought it.
Así es que al final del día nadie realmente la compró.
And the next day, after maybe it comes a few more days, but nobody even looks at it.
Y después de algunos días y de notar que realmente nadie la apreciaba,
And so then he just takes it home and leaves it in the corner, and that's it.
entonces mejor se la lleva a casa y la arrincona, la deja en una esquina.
It collects dust in the corner.
Y allí empieza a caerle polvo.
And that's what the sages say. The Torah lies in the corner, the sages say.
Por eso dicen los sabios que la Torah está en... What did the sages say?
It lies in the corner. It's lying there in the corner.
Que está allí en un rincón, en una esquina.
And whoever wants to take it can come and take it.
Y quien desee venir a tomarla, puede tomarla.
The door is, and if anybody wants, it's there. It's here.
Cualquier persona que quiera, allí está.
Right. And meanwhile, in the world at large, you have museums.
Y al mismo tiempo, alrededor del mundo, hay museos.
And they're the most luxurious and this and whatever, and the biggest, fanciest halls and all that.
Donde se exhiben las joyas más lujosas o las cosas más extravagantes.
Right, and really all and all the stuff that you have there. What is all the stuff really that hanging on the walls?
¿Qué es todo eso que cuelga de las paredes de esos museos?
It's like nothing. It's nothing with nothing compared to this other work of art that this man made, that like the Torah or whatever. This other work of art. It's nothing.
Esas cosas exhibidas en los museos en nuestra parábola no son nada comparadas con la escultura.
Not just in our parable. I'm switching over into reality also here now.
Pero también el Rab lo compara con la Torah en nuestra realidad.
Really, all these things compared to the Torah, basically these things is equal to like to nothing, to like nothing, to garbage, to excrement, to nothing compared to the Torah.
Todas esas cosas exhibidas y admiradas, comparadas con la Torah, son nada, son como excremento.
Right, and so therefore all the museums essentially they have the fanciest halls and they have really excrement hanging on the walls.
Entonces estos museos de alrededor del mundo han creado salas elegantes donde realmente exhiben excremento en sus paredes.
And also they sell the excrement they buy and sell for the most money, millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I mean, who knows, millions of dollars, the value of all these things.
Y exponen excremento caro porque esas obras cuestan miles de millones de dólares.
Right. I mean, I saw on the internet that somebody put a piece of cake onto one of these paintings in France, whatever. The Mona Lisa, I think. Somebody put a piece of cake on the Mona Lisa.
Supe en las noticias que hubo alguien que le puso un pedazo de pastel a una obra famosa, la Mona Lisa.
So maybe there's a hint of somewhere in that.
Entonces quizás haya ahí una pista.
Because they quickly took the person away and they locked them up in a mental home.
Rápidamente se llevaron a esa persona y la encerraron en un manicomio, en un hospital para enfermos mentales.
And this is what it means. That's what it means again. This is what the sages meant. Woe to the embarrassment of the Torah.
Y eso es lo que los sabios dicen. Oh, por la vergüenza de la Torah.
Because it's really the Torah is left there in the corner and neglected in the corner.
Porque realmente la Torah está abandonada en el rincón.
Who's honoring it and who's studying it?
¿Quién la honra? ¿Quién la estudia?
And in the world, the opposite. They take whatever is nothing, is meaningless, and they give it the biggest honors and values.
Le dan los mayores honores y valores
for what is nothing and essentially excrement.
A lo que no es nada, esencialmente excremento.
And all the awards that are given, all the honors that are given in the world.
Y todos los honores que son brindados en el mundo.
Right, and somehow, at some point, the world will figure out that all of that was absurd. We had right in front of our noses was the most valuable thing, and we just ignored it.
Yeah. Algún día nos daremos cuenta de que lo más valioso lo teníamos justo enfrente y lo ignoramos.
We were busy looking for the chickens and the other things in the market, and we ignored it. It was right in front of our noses the whole time.
Estábamos tan ocupados buscando nuestras gallinas y nuestros tomates que estábamos ignorando lo más valioso.
Right, and it's not just for non-Jews. Even in a certain way, the Jews are more responsible than anybody else for this.
No es solo la condición de los no judíos. Los judíos tienen mayor responsabilidad en todo esto.
Right, and because if we as a people we would come forward and embrace the Torah the way it's supposed to be, then we would make a strong impression on everybody in the world.
Si nosotros como pueblo nos apegáramos o abrazáramos a la Torah, causaría una gran impresión en los demás pueblos.
Right, but those people who from the nations who are able to appreciate in our this thing somehow.
Pero la gente que en las naciones logra apreciar esto,
so they will be like great people, like Hashem will mark them for greatness, like Yisrael.
Hashem los marcará para grandeza, como a Yitro.
Sure, like Israel.
Sí,
yeah.
Sí, como a Yitro.
And okay, so anyhow, so this is one of the things that we have to take. When we approach this great day, so we have to take this with us.
Entonces esta es una de las cosas que al acercarnos a esta importante fecha, momento, debemos traer con nosotros.
That the door opens on that day, and that somehow we should be able to appreciate and value the Torah more.
Que la puerta se abre en ese día y nosotros debemos apreciar y valorarlo más.
And then to grow to respect it and to cherish it the way it's supposed to.
que crezcamos para atesorarla en la manera que debiese ser.
Okay, good. So that's what we have for this one.
Bueno,
And,
eso es lo que tenemos para este shoot.
okay.
A ver, vamos a ver preguntas. Ujú. ¿Cómo es que pasamos de 10 mandamientos a 613 preceptos? How is it that we went from 10 commandments to all 613?
Yeah, our great teachers taught us that the root of everything is in the 10, and all the others are somehow included. So they're like the headings of the chapters or whatever.
Nuestros sabios nos dicen que realmente la ruta para llegar a esos mandamientos está en los 10. Son una especie de capítulos donde se organizan o se incluyen los 613.
Okay, but I said our great teachers taught us. So.
Bueno, dije que nuestros grandes maestros son quienes nos enseñaron.
Right, because when I use the term sages, I refer to the Talmud, the sages of the Talmud and the Medrash. But great teachers were the ones that came after, so that's why I use that term.
Okay. El Rab cuando dice sabios se refiere a los que nos enseñan en el Talmud y en el Midrash. Pero cuando el Rab dice grandes sabios, se refiere a los que vinieron después.
Great, I don't know, grand maestro.
A grandes maestros.
When I said great teachers, then I'm referring to the time after them.
Cuando yo digo grandes maestros, me refiero al tiempo posterior a los sabios del Talmud y del Midrash. Another part of Selma's writing is, con esta festividad es posible aprovechar estas energías especiales para acercarnos más a la Torah, que nos impregne aún más. ¿Cómo lograr que así sea? ¿Cómo lograr que Hashem nos ayude verdaderamente?
100%. That's what we see explicitly from our teachers.
100%. La respuesta a la primera pregunta de Selma. Así es como nos llega a nosotros de nuestros maestros.
Well, I tell you, so you see that we're given this counting to prepare for it.
Bueno, se nos ha dado este conteo para prepararnos.
So that means that our state of preparation for this thing will add up to what impact will have on us.
El estado de la preparación que hayamos desarrollado marcará la medida en la que seremos impactados.
Okay, so in us, the Jewish people, it's a custom for a lot of people that we don't go to sleep that night.
Entre nosotros, el pueblo judío, entre muchos de nosotros, es costumbre no ir a dormir esa noche.
Right, because they really, no, because the people really, when we had really righteous people, they were anticipating this moment so strongly.
Porque cuando teníamos gente justa, ellos anticipaban este momento.
And so almost more or less they couldn't sleep.
Entonces, casi, aunque quisieran, no podían dormir.
Right, and the moment is right in the morning when the sun right at the point when the sun rises. In that moment, that was the moment that we had.
Y justo en el momento en el que el sol se levanta, que amanece, ahí fue cuando se nos dio la Torah.
And in the synagogue, we have the reading of the giving of the Torah right, at that time. You know, in the morning, right after we finish the prayer there, we read.
En la sinagoga, justo al terminar el rezo de la mañana, tenemos la lectura de este acontecimiento.
So in that moment, we have a certain sense of as if we're supposed to try to feel as if we're receiving it once again.
Entonces nosotros hemos de esforzarnos para sentir como si nos la estuviesen entregando en ese
Right.
momento.
And so Rav Wolbe says to imagine the thunder and the lightning and the fire and all that.
Rav Wolbe dice que imaginemos el fuego y los relámpagos y todo lo descrito ahí.
To make the picture as strong as we can for ourselves.
Que hagamos para nosotros mismos una escena lo más vívida posible.
And to attempt, and so this will bring us to feel this thing, as much as we can.
Y recrearlo para nosotros nos ayudará a hacerlo lo más vívido posible.
And if we feel it, so then it impacts.
Si lo sentimos, nos impactará.
Right, and so in this time, there's a special door that opens to help the impact of this thing.
Y en ese momento, tiempo, hora, la puerta se abre para impactarnos.
Yes.
Ok. Selma, he creado la inclinación al mal y he creado la Torah como condimento.
Yeah.
¿Puede hablarnos de esto?
Well, that is a saying. It's a saying of the sages that they like that. And,
Esto que dice Selma es un dicho de los sabios.
right, and we do talk about it from time to time. Just that we need the. I don't know for just briefly that we need the help of the Torah, exactly as it's stated. We need the help of the Torah.
Bueno, de esto hemos hablado de tiempo en tiempo, pero aquí brevemente diré que para esto necesitamos la ayuda de la Torah.
Right, and somehow I have the impression that not long ago, if I went in, we did in a shir pretty much a number of points about this, why how the Torah impacts a person and why it's so important.
Y creo recordar que no hace mucho tiempo vimos cómo es esto que la Torah hace impacto en nosotros.
Why it's so important, the study of Torah and
¿Por qué es tan importante el estudio de la Torah?
so we said it brings without the Torah helps the person perfect the character. So Torah brings the person to be able to act. It overcomes evil inclination. Whatever, we said all these things.
Hablamos de cómo la Torah nos ayuda a vencer a la mala inclinación. Hablamos de esas cosas. I forgot something.
Right, and all I could say is our teachers taught us that it means the study of Torah.
Solo puedo decir que nuestros sabios dicen que significa el estudio de la Torah.
Okay, and now I recall when we had the shir, when we did, it was on Sunday. It must have been on this Sunday. That's when we had the shir. It was when we did the shir about the Parshas Bechukoisai. Not this Sunday, a week before Sunday, a week ago.
Me parece recordar que fue el domingo, no el que acaba de pasar, sino el anterior, cuando estudiamos sobre la parashá de Bechukoisai.
Right, that shir.
Ese shur. Allí puedes buscarlo. Bueno, Alejandra, gracias, Rab, por hacernos mirar la grandiosidad de la Torah, sus
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
enseñanzas elevan
saying,
la palabra de la Torah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Señor.
Muchas gracias, Alejandra. Okay.
Yeah.
Nosotros como mujeres, ¿cómo vivimos esta festividad? Selma, as women, how do we...
Well, women also were there by the receiving the Torah. You think that the women stayed home?
Dice, las mujeres también acudieron a la cita para recibir la Torah. ¿A poco crees que se quedaron en la casa?
The women didn't stay home.
Las mujeres no se quedaron en la casa. No nos hubieran podido ayudar.
When we had in the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu specifically addressed all the women and
cuando ya Moshe enseña la Torah, hay
before
específico
giving the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu specifically addressed all the women.
Perdón. Antes de la entrega de la Torah, Moshe se dirigió específica o directamente a las mujeres.
And that the woman should also accept it, accept it.
Que la mujer también aceptara la Torah.
So they were an important part. Is not they weren't excluded.
Así es de que ellas también formaron parte importante, no fueron excluidas.
And
Pero a lo mejor, no sé, si Selma esté preguntando, ya que siempre que tenemos una festividad hay alimentos especiales, ¿qué hemos de preparar las mujeres en ese día? I think maybe Selma also wanted to know, in every festivity there's something special on the table, something that we prepare. So maybe she wanted to know. Maybe, I don't know. It's
I don't
dairy,
know.
isn't it?
Yeah, but that's more the other thing. I don't know. You'll ask Jerson in the Universal Torah class to tell people what to do.
Bueno, si esa fuera la pregunta de Selma de los preparativos de la cocina para ese día, dice el Rab que le preguntemos a Gerson qué es lo que qué se acostumbra o qué hemos de hacer ese día en la cocina, las mujeres. Bueno, Johnny, el shur que menciona el Rab, creo que Rab Salanter dijo que si tienes una debilidad, estudia las partes de la Torah que hablan sobre esta debilidad. En cuanto a la entrega de la Torah, ¿cuál fue la debilidad de la humanidad que hizo necesaria la entrega de la Torah?
Yes. Yes, very good, Johnny. He remembers that. He remembers that thing from Rabbi Salanta. Very good.
Muy bien que Johnny recuerda eso de Rabbi Salanta.
Right. And what is his question? His question is, so what should people do now? What part of the Torah we have to study now? That's what his question is.
What was the weakness of humanity that we got the whole Torah?
Disconnection from Hashem. Disconnection from Hashem.
La desconexión con Hashem. Es la debilidad de la humanidad.
Right. And that's something I also, but there's a rule that says wherever the Torah is, Hashem's presence is there too.
Y hay una regla que dice, donde quiera que esté la Torah, allí está Hashem.
So that means that you, by giving respect for the Torah and studying it and whatever, so then Hashem also, you make place for Hashem also there.
Entonces, al darle el respeto debido a la Torah, también estamos haciendo un espacio para Hashem.
By respecting the Torah and studying it.
Para respetar la Torah y estudiar. Selma dice, más que preparar alimentos, ¿qué estudiamos? ¿Leemos lo mismo que los hombres? Oh, no. Selma says, do we read the same things that the men do?
Yeah. One thing that's good to read is the portions in the Torah where they have the giving of the Torah. You have it in Yisro and you have it in Va'eschan.
Leer lo mismo que los hombres. Puedes preparar de antemano las lecturas en donde se describe el acontecimiento mismo de la entrega de la Torah. Y eso lo podemos encontrar en la parashá de Yitro y en esta de Sahanán. Johnny dice que es el shur del 22. Es decir, que estudiar todo lo que nos brinda la Torah nos fortalece en la conexión con Hashem, que es nuestra principal debilidad. So Johnny is now stating, so studying everything that Torah offers should strengthen us in our connection to Hashem, which is our main weakness.
Sure. Just studying the Torah itself, anything of the Torah.
Sí, estudiar la Torah en sí, cualquier cosa de
as long as it's done with the proper respect and whatever.
Mientras sea hecho con el respeto apropiado.
Okay, very good. We got to stop already.
Bueno, ya debemos de parar. Ready?
And we're present.
Ahora
you did a great. You did a great job, Jerson, with the editing.
Hiciste un gran trabajo con la edición, Gerson.
Right. I can see that he took out some of our fumbling. He took out.
Puedo ver que él pudo retirar algo del tiempo perdido que luego tenemos.
Not the fumbling that we did, that we fumbled to get the right translation right and things like that. He took some of that out, so that was good.
Cuando fallamos para tener la traducción correcta y apropiada, eso lo logró editar.
He took some of that, and plus he speeded it up, it seems.
Y parece también que le puso un poquito de mayor velocidad.
Because a class that really take 1 hour and 5 minutes, he shortened it down, got it like 18 minutes shorter than it actually was.
Porque una clase de más de 1 hora la cortó, creo, en 18 minutos.
Or maybe I'm I think it was 1 hour and 5 minutes or so, and he cut it down to 48 minutes.
De 1 hora y 5 minutos la cortó a 48 minutos.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. I think it's good like this.
Y creo que está muy bien así.
It makes it easier to review.
Hace más fácil el repaso.
Right, and I hope. Okay, so I hope people learned from this. I mean,
Espero que hayamos aprendido las gentes sobre esto.
because I mean that means that basically only knowledge that's live, live knowledge inside live knowledge, somebody will actually apply. I mean.
Porque es solo el conocimiento vivo el que podremos aplicar.
So and that's the Ramchal says you have to always review again and again.
Y por eso el Ramjal dice que hay que repasar y repasar una y otra vez.
Okay, because if you know something, then already you put it into the back of your head and you forget about it.
Porque si sabemos algo, luego lo mandamos a la parte de atrás de la mente y se nos olvida.
So the benefit only is from reviewing. That's what the Ramchal says.
El beneficio entonces solo viene del repaso, es lo que dice el Ramjal.
Okay. And this, whatever, and this also in another share, you can see that there's a lot of help from up above for all these things to come together and to come into one cohesive picture.
Y podemos ver cómo se logran unir las piezas y quedan pegadas como algo completo.
So you see the help from up above in this thing.
Y así podemos atestiguar la ayuda de lo alto.
Right, and I understand that. So the reason why I mean the help above is because of for the sake of the people the people who listen to the share. That's why.
Y la ayuda de lo alto es para las personas que escuchan el shur.
Okay, and let's see if anybody has something to say at the moment. We have 1 or 2 few minutes left. Anybody has something to say?
Bueno, pues solo escribió Gerson sobre el problema.
Okay, the internet interrupted, no problem.
Y luego, ¿cómo podemos lavar la honra de la Torah? Rectificar la vergüenza que le causamos.
Yeah, that's very good. I think I addressed it in the share, but briefly, this question.
Creo que me refería a esto en el shur brevemente.
So you just to reverse simple. You take that thing that's lying there in the corner, the Torah, and you value it, you honor it, you study it, you treasure it. That's all.
Simplemente tomamos esa Torah que está abandonada allá en el rincón, la desempolvamos, la apreciamos, la valoramos, la honramos.
So the more you with your life, you put value onto this. So that's how, that's how you take away some of the embarrassment.
Entre más la apliquemos, la pongamos en la vida, más logramos tomar y deshacernos de la vergüenza
Right.
que
The
le
more
hemos
we honor it
causado.
with our life. The more we honor it with our lives.
Entre más la honremos con nuestras vidas.
By studying it and valuing it.
Por estudiarla y valorarla.
Right, and that's what really we do in all these in yeshivas. I mean,
Y eso es en realidad lo que estamos haciendo en las yeshivot.
look at the video of students studying in the yeshiva. All of them are sitting with the Talmud open and dedicating themselves to this thing.
Si pudiéramos ver videos de cómo estudian allí en las yeshivot, podemos ver que tienen abiertos sus talmuds y están estudiando.
That's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We're trying to give respect to people.
Eso es lo que estamos haciendo. Estamos tratando de conferir el respeto.
Right, but of course it's not even close to what it actually deserves, of course.
Pero claro que no está nada cercano a lo que realmente se merece.
But we hope it will be like that soon in our time to come.
Pero esperamos que pronto sí logre ser así en nuestros tiempos.
Right, and also I don't mean the shit that the art is excrement. I didn't mean, that's not what I meant.
Y también quiero aclarar que yo no me refiero al arte como excremento.
I didn't mean that. What I meant is that, you see, because even in the Beis HaMikdash they had art.
Porque aún en el templo había arte.
They had this weaving of different figures onto those curtains.
Había este entretejido de figuras en las cortinas del templo.
So the art. So, but it has value in service of something else, in service of something.
Pero tiene valor en el servicio de algo más.
If you use it to honor Hashem, then it has value.
Si lo usas para honrar a Hashem, tiene valor.
But if its place is to honor it, so then it's like excrement.
Pero si se coloca para honrarse a sí mismo el arte, entonces su valor es como el del excremento.
Right, and certainly compared to the Torah. Okay, whatever. We got to finish up already. Okay. Thank you for everybody. Thank you, Jerson. Thank you, Senora.
Gracias. Gracias, Gerson. Gracias por la enseñanza.
¿Cómo podemos hacer para que la Torah no sea un simple conocimiento? Aha. Yes, Selma asked a good question, but the answer is to review it and keep it fresh in your mind.
Ok, con respecto a la pregunta de Selma es repasar para mantenerla fresca en la mente.
That's one part of this answer, but I'm going to study your question more and we'll see it.
Pero voy a estudiar tu pregunta más y luego comentaré.
Okay, well, we've got to finish for today. Be well. Shalom a todos.
Tenemos que terminar ya por hoy. Okay. Y paz a todos.
Okay, shalom, and we'll do more tomorrow.
Si Hashem quiere, veremos más mañana.